If you'd like sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 461. Still Got Game's official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Roger, aka Hitman.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And it's just the three of us tonight, but we're back. I had some busy weeks at work, so I apologize. These guys were ready. Hit was like, what the fuck? If you're not coming, then I'm out. So, yeah, he was ready for a show. I'm sure Selden's always ready for a show, but I fucked it up. So my sincerest apologies to you all. But we're back tonight with the show, and we'll see if we can remember how to do this.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been forever.
I know. That's my bad. So let's just jump in to the show proper, and we'll start off with the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Whittle me this comments. Been really vibing on your show for the past few months. Keep up the good work. Thanks.
Thanks, Whittle me.
Kind of the.
Should we start adding like a compliment section to the show? I feel like that's more of a compliment than a like comment or question.
Yeah,
It's definitely feedback.
yeah,
Yeah,
not,
I guess.
It's not like when they tell us that we suck or those sort of ones, which I always include when
Those
they
don't
come
happen.
in. I make sure to include those, but.
Nah, those won't happen.
All right, Darth comments. Where do you see
Which
the
Darth? Vader? Maul?
Darth?
Darth.
Tyrannus?
Where do you see the podcast in the next few years? You've expanded to a video version. Would you ever consider expanding to a VR version with a virtual audience? Hit's given his answer.
It's an interesting concept. I've been in some of the VR theaters that they have out. The Oculus has got a one platform that they do a lot of different shows and stuff like in. And most of them are like cartooned in, so I've never really seen a in-person like talk show set up as a VR version. But it's an interesting concept, but I just don't see it anytime soon for us to do that.
What did you think? Literally laughed at that suggestion.
How would you even like do a presentable show in VR? And what would be the point? Like, I don't know. It just seems like a weird idea.
Okay.
I think my computer would melt if I try to get a 3D rendering going.
Like, how would you do it? Would you get like everybody's POV? Like, how's that any different from first person? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, how would you present it as a show, not an experience?
So would we be stationary in the middle, and then they would all be able to walk around and look from different angles? But how would they do that with our 2D cameras?
Like, would they be able to show up in the audience?
Oh, like we could see
that
them?
kind of a sense. Like, is the VR for the show experience or for the viewer experience? Because I don't see like how a show would work. Like a viewer experience, yeah, you could have like people tuning in, like coming to a live show, like they sit in the background, like maybe stands or something. Like a stadium.
We could even put them behind us.
That's what
like we're sitting in the boxing ring and they're in the audience, like. But like, why would we do that if we can't even fill up seats on the live stream right now? There's one person watching the stream. It says like, I don't know. It doesn't seem. That's why I said I don't know if it's a good idea. It doesn't seem feasible. I don't know.
Maybe we could be the ones.
I just don't think it's.
I don't think break it out, and we're like, hey, we're in VR now, and then everybody does it. We're the cutting edge.
I don't know.
We could get hold of
VR
Facebook. I'm sure
seems-
Facebook would eat that up if we could somehow pull it off and put us in one of their theaters.
I don't know. I don't understand this
But
really the question at all. Like, because I thought I understood, and then Hit was like, "Well, what do you mean? Is it this way or this way?" And it really could be either way. So, I
yeah, I know the theaters that I've been on in the Oculus, it's set up as the performance is out on a stage basically, and there's balcony seats that like 6 pods that people can go into the separate pods so they can talk amongst themselves within the pod while they're watching the show, like, and so it's almost like you're in like the balcony seats on the side of the stage looking down at us and stuff. So it's an interesting concept. I just don't think I'm not going to drop any kind of money to start a 3D studio in my office.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready for prime time on this yet, Darth, but we'll keep our finger on the pulse, and when it becomes the next cool thing, we'll be there on the ground floor. So, all right, next up, Prager 1997 comments. Just when you guys are on a roll, you take a multi-week break. JK, I can't wait for the next episode. Well, we're back. So thanks.
Yeah, unfortunately, real life interrupts sometimes. So sorry about that, Prager.
Yeah, but we're
I ain't sorry.
We're gonna attempt to keep the streak going again. That's always our thing. Is once we come back, we attempt the streak. So we'll see how long we can go. All right.
Next week is a holiday.
What holiday's next week?
Just get that out. Just get that out of the way now.
Is it
Is
really
it
a
next
holiday?
week or the week after?
Is it really a
Yeah,
holiday?
the streak's not gonna last very long.
Okay.
Yeah.
What holiday is it?
I don't know.
All right.
The May holiday. May 2/4.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Altius asks, you are all self-admitted Halo fanboys, and you have your history there. Have any of the recent Halo Infinite media, information, and leaks sweetened up the bad blood you had after the delay? 343 has become quite transparent during this whole process. Should more developers follow suit?
They were always transparent. That's not the problem. It's what they were being transparent about that was the problem. Just because they tell us that they're making shit doesn't mean that that's a good thing. Yeah, like they've been very transparent, and it's very that's why I'm very questionable about the game, because of some of the decisions that they decided to make. Like, for example, the ones that have come out as of late. There's no four player split screen. It's only 2-player or something, right?
Yeah.
Like little things like that, or the whole like the shader controversy, which I don't even know if they've backpedaled on.
I'm not even sure either.
But yeah, there's just so many little things that it's like, why'd you go down this road? Like, cool that you're letting me know, but
why?
Yeah, it's
don't go down that road. The most important thing you want from a developer is not that they listen, but that they actually listen and do something about it.
Yeah.
343, they don't do things about stuff. They're just kind of like, oh, they don't like this. That's nice. Right? Like, I don't know.
Like, nobody uses the shotgun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a weird
that perfect shotgun.
That's the weirdest one.
Like, what do you mean nobody uses a shotgun?
I literally love the shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's. Go ahead.
No, I appreciate their openness, and I like getting updates and seeing what's going on, but and I would say for the latter part of Altius's question that I would like to see more developers follow suit on this. There's a lot that, well, imagine if CD Projekt Red had been a little more open and everything throughout the process. So, yeah, I don't know.
If they were more open throughout the process, the game would not have come out.
Yes, exactly. Although,
that's what's wrong with that whole story, is that they knew they had shit and they were hiding it.
Yes, because from what I've heard, the only people that got to play early played on PC in a sandbox version that was pretty awesome, and it was very different than the final game. So, just saying.
See,
Yeah, I have to say I've been avoiding a lot of the Halo news and leaks because I don't want to get more upset every time I read something about what they're doing. I just want the game out. I hope it's good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good, but we'll see soon enough. All right. Well, if any of awesome questions or feedback, like all these guys and Altheus, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or emails at podcast@tooledtoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over to what we're playing? Hit, what have you been playing this week?
Not much. Regular Sea of Thieves. Been grinding on the Athena Vanguard server. Call of Duty with the boys. It's pretty steadily working on my battle pass. And the only game I've thrown into the mix is Mario Party. Super Mario Party. Been playing that with Celeste like late at night. And yeah.
Nice.
That game, as anyone that knows about Mario Party, is like a friendship ender brick game. Like it gets so fucking competitive, and and you can get fucked over or get people like fuck people over. Like it's Mario Party.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, the whole reason why I started playing Mario Party is because they added online support.
Okay.
So yeah, can you imagine they had no online, especially during a pandemic?
Yeah,
Weird.
that's weird. But
That is surprising. I never really thought about it, but
yeah, usually
that's why
Mario
people are playing
Party's
it now.
like
It's because now they can play it with other people.
yeah.
It's usually more of a LAN type setup anyway, where you're all in the same room, everybody's drinking, everybody's hanging out.
Right.
But yeah, I guess it would make sense to play online as well. So
Yeah.
Now, does it have a matchmaking set so you can just go in against randos, or do you have to be
No,
friends?
it's like you have to be friends, and the other option is you have a code that people can join,
okay.
like viewers or whatever.
Okay.
And then there's also there is matchmaking for mini games. Like they have a mini game mode where you can just play the mini games rather than the board game version.
Nice.
But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's definitely a game that I think you need to have interaction with friends or family members to play that game to have a lot of fun in it. Because yeah, it gets super competitive, but I think that's part of the fun of it. So
oh yeah, totally. We always make fun that like it's a friendship ender game.
Nice.
Beautiful.
All right, Selden, what have you been playing?
I've been grinding out Outriders bad. Been playing that game all the time. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a good filler right now, and since it was on Game Pass, it's even better. So it's a lot of fun. It's a looter shooter game, and just finding those legendary weapons and stuff like that, going through the single player or the the missions and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun building the character out. So other than that, I've been playing picked up on the Steam sale Death Stranding.
What's Steam sale?
It was on sale on Steam.
Oh.
So I picked it up. It was like a little over $20.
A very big difference.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't fuck with a guy like that.
Well, no, Death Stranding was on sale for like $23 or something like that on Steam. So I picked it up to give it a try.
Does the game work?
The game is beautiful. It's really a good game.
Is it the Stranding?
I know a lot of people said it was like a Stranding. Yeah, it's Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Jerk. So it's a lot of people call it was like a walking simulator. I don't see it as a walking simulator. It's definitely like a mission-based game as you
not
work
a
your way
walking
across the
simulator.
country.
They call it a delivery simulator.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a delivery simulator then. But my biggest issue with it is it's really weird how commercial he went with it.
What do you mean commercial? Like,
for instance,
weird commercials in it again.
The biggest thing that pulls you out of the game is that he drinks Monster Energy drink. There's cans of Monster Energy drink in his house, in his room. Right. And it's like, wait, you're post-apocalyptic, way past the point where America's falling apart, and but there's perfectly preserved cans of Monster Energy drink. Well, it's kind of weird. Another scene where you're walking through and it's like it's a shower bathroom and you go into it and it's like a glass door on it, but then as he goes in, it plays commercials for like the the TMC ride show or something like that. So it's like really some stuff pulls you out of the game and kind of breaks that third wall. But overall, the game's beautiful to play. It's, the scenery's awesome, and I am enjoying it. So, other than that, I picked up another game for the Oculus called Demio. It's
yes. You posted that in my Discord.
Yeah. You got to try it, man. It's awesome. It's a Dungeons and Dragons role playing game where you control the characters on a board, and there's monsters randomly generate. So you work your way through the levels to get to the door to the next level down.
I did
fight the
this
mini
was
bosses.
that VR game you were playing, right?
Yeah.
It's a VR board game.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet though. It's definitely, you can play 4-player co-op, and you work your way through it, and it's pretty fun. So.
Nice.
Other than that, just my mobile games, Empires and Puzzles, and Combat Puzzles. So, what about you, Smooth?
Well, I've been playing the same upcoming PC. Which one of you guys is fucking chatting nonstop? All I hear is bloop, 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 bloop.
Not me.
Selden.
Yeah, probably me. It might have been my Discord going off in the background.
Yeah. So I've been playing an upcoming. I've been playing it on PC, but it's an upcoming title that I can't talk about yet, but it's pretty sick. Enjoying the shit out of that. And then I will say that other than that, I've only been playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite, a little Pokemon Go, a little Toon Blast. But yeah, that's the only real title I've been playing. So, and I can't even tell you what it is, but I'm sure you can guess.
So, are you playing with a controller, or are you playing with a keyboard and mouse?
I am playing with a controller because that's. Oh, this was a trick question. Yeah.
Wow.
I am playing. I am playing with a controller.
Good job, man.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I'm playing.
I'm playing with a controller because I like a controller. That was like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
right.
That's the best save I can make. All right, and on that, why don't we move it over to the new releases? First new release out this week was Resident Evil Village, out for the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and the PC. And you guys picking up this RE game?
Negative.
Nope.
Nope. I know people love these games, and I know this one's been pretty popular. I've seen lots of shit online about it this week, and people streaming, people spoiling.
Yeah, a lot of people playing it.
Yeah. It's just not my kind of game. It's never been, really. But
it hasn't been for a while. It's not that it hasn't. It's just not for a while.
Yeah. And it's not that, like,
4?
I'm scared.
I haven't cared since, like, 4.
Yeah.
Plus all the movies, and I don't know. Just,
when was the
I feel like
Raccoon City stuff? Was that around that same time?
Raccoon City was 2.
2, yeah. Yeah, that's about when I stopped, so. Yeah. I don't know. It's more the same, and there's plenty of other games that are.
Apparently it's really good. Apparently it's like Game of the Year contender right now.
Ah, yeah.
Supposedly, it's really good.
Yeah.
Were the Resident Evil games, were they originally a Sony exclusive back in the day?
Or I feel like they were.
They were. Yeah, they were PlayStation 2 exclusive. Like at least the first couple.
I think that's probably why I never really got into this whole Resident Evil series, because I think it was originally a PlayStation exclusive and something that just really, it wasn't my genre to begin with, but
yeah, the pants shitting genre.
Yes. I'm not a big fear guy in the game genre, I guess. I don't like the jump scares.
Nope. All right. Well, then the other new game out this week was Hood, Outlaws, and Legends for the Series X and S, the PS5, and the PC. This actually looked like a pretty fun action game, like based on like
Robin Hood,
loosely on the Robin Hood mythology. So, I haven't picked it up, but I'm not going to put it past me to pick it up. So I don't know. Any interest from either of you guys?
I did catch a video of it, and it did look interesting. It looked like something I would probably enjoy a bit, but it's not on my radar to pick up soon.
All right, it's definitely not on Hit's radar.
No,
of course not. No. Silly me. All right, on that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news. And if you have something you want to bring up, drop it in chat. We'll talk about it. First story. Sony warns that PS5 shortages may continue until 2022.
Shocker.
Now, Hit has
Not a
been saying this
surprise.
all along. Like, despite them saying, "Oh yeah, we'll get the ramped up in mid 2021," or first it was spring of 2021, then it was mid 2021, and Hit all along, Hit, I'm gonna pay you credit where credit's due. You were like, this shit isn't gonna be available next Christmas, and you're pretty much fucking right. So
Yeah, they're doing the whole supply and demand thing. We see it every generation.
Yep.
It does. It's not to mention they're also the popular one. They're leading the war again.
No.
It seems it carried over from the last generation.
Yeah, and we have all these shortages of components. And...
Yeah, and the combination of the shortages and yeah.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. Is those shortages? I mean, that's affecting everybody still, and it's not looking any better anytime soon. So,
nope. But yeah, hey, kudos to Hit.
Yeah.
He made this call early, and Sony has finally stepped up and said, yeah, Hit was right. So you can put that in put him in a body bag, Hit.
Sure.
All right. Next story. So didn't read the stories.
I didn't read anything today.
Yeah, yeah. It's not happening.
All right, we go with Square Enix, Gearbox, Sega, and more confirm E3 2021 presence. The organizers behind this year's virtual E3 have announced a handful of high-profile game makers that will be in attendance at E3 2021 this June. Now, it's still virtual, right?
That's still virtual, yes. Yeah.
So anybody could say they're going to go and throw a video together and throw it up. So I think we'll see a lot of people branded into the E3 thing this year, but it's not like they're actually at a show where they have to sink a lot of time and money into getting their space ready and getting the presentations. I think they're just going to get the presentations and give them to E3 to put up on a stream somewhere. So it's great that there's a lot of interest going into this and that we're going to see a lot more stuff, hopefully, at E3. But I don't think this is a big surprise.
Yeah, no, we knew they were virtual, but it is a surprise that, well, it's not a surprise, but it is a surprise that we're continuing to see that Microsoft obviously doing their own event again, Sony obviously doing their own event again. What's the value of E3 anymore? Like,
do I get another kudos for this one? Is this, am I getting two? Am I getting two in one show?
Is Hit looking for another star on the wall?
Hey, Hit! Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, yes, yeah. Yeah, if E3 is not in person, then what's the point?
Everyone's gonna learn that lesson. That's why I said I think this is the death of E3. I don't see how they come back from this.
Well,
it's like the movie industry. Like, I don't know how they come back from this in the sense of like I don't think it's gonna go back to the way it was before.
No, there's like some movies
people got used to being able to watch movies from home, and like you take that away from them, people are gonna be pissed.
No, I'll pay a premium to watch at home, just like I've done the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
I pay for everything that Disney offers that's the extra money, just so they know that I'm willing to do it, even if it's something I never even heard of, like that other fucking whatever was that last animated one they had. I can't even think of it. The dragons.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean.
Paid for it just to show them I would, so they'll keep sending me stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that taking 1 year off was a risk. Taking 2 years off is perhaps the death knell. So
yeah, because I mean, how many of these companies actually next year, let's say 2022, will they spend the money to come to the show floor, and present and be there? I don't think so. I think
Probably
Like, I think
It's
not.
virtual is
I
good
think the
for them.
big dogs like Sony. I don't think Sony will ever go back
No.
because they pulled out before. I don't think
Yep.
they're ever going to go back. I think guys like Microsoft might be thinking they might not need to, but I think that eventually they will. But like, who else backed out? Like Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo ever goes back to that show. I think it's just always going to be those Nintendo Directs. Like it works for them.
Activision pulled out. They were one of the first.
Yeah,
So,
it comes
Yeah, I
down
don't know,
to it.
man. I think E3 is in trouble,
mhm.
big time.
Yeah, and I think if these individual companies want to have a show, I think they're going to be able to demand whatever price they want at a convention hall once things open back up, because it's going to be, even when they open back up, it's going to be a while before they start
It
drawing
goes-
in crowds and
Yeah, I
they
agree.
book.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah,
So I think that
Just
if they want to do
because-
their own show,
yeah. Just because things are getting better doesn't mean it's gonna go back to the way it was like right away. Like
Yeah.
it's like that first E3 is gonna hurt, and then the second one not as much, and then so on as you get further away from the pandemic. But
Well, kind of playing this into the next story then. Gamescom 2021 will be an online-only event after all. And we talked about this last week, where I think it was
last week,
or
Couple weeks ago.
last show.
month.
Yeah, where Altius had asked about what was the first show that we thought would be back in person, and we all kind of thought that they were just nuts enough to go with Gamescom, and then because they had been showcasing that they were going to, and everything else, and sure enough, they pulled back too. So
The biggest game convention in the world,
yeah,
in a country that is
it's a shit show. Yes, yeah.
is taking COVID. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's not happening.
Yep. So we were ahead of the curve on this one. We called this, but yeah, I think this is par for the course, if you will. Like I don't think we're gonna see any of this change anytime soon, and when we do, it's gonna be who's willing to spend all of that money for a physical presence with no guarantee of audience or return on investment. So it's a risk. It's a massive risk. So unless there's some kind of, bare bottom deal that Gamescom and E3 offer these guys to come get a booth, like maybe, hey, we guarantee such and such attendance, or you don't pay, or something, like some kind of weird deal like that. That's the only thing that would entice these guys to risk putting it out there. And even then, like, forget just what they pay E3 or Gamescom, just the booth creation and everything else. That's a huge expense to begin with. So I don't know. I don't see where this. My crystal ball is cloudy for where this is going.
you may never see another show again.
It's possible. All right, next star.
All right, I'll take one. Since it's a game I've been playing, Outriders. Creators finally begin restoring lost gear. You're not guaranteed to get absolutely everything back, but they're at least restoring some of the gear that they had issues with at the early parts of the game when it was released. There was glitches where it was released, removing inventory items and stuff like that throughout your character. And apparently they're able to go back at least and figure out who lost what, and they're giving some of that gear back. Personally, I didn't lose anything, so I didn't really have much to worry about, and I definitely didn't have any god roll on any of the guns that I had, so it didn't affect me at all. But I'm sure that there's some people that are affected by it. At this point, it's past the point where I thought it's even it's nice that they did it, but it's really it's a non-factor, I would think, for a lot of players. So what do you guys think? If like in Destiny, if they took all your guns away from season 1 to season
That's what they did.
Never mind.
Yeah. That's literally what they did.
And then we left. And then we left.
Yeah, yes. Then we stopped playing. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, fuck those guys. Work my ass off for this shit, and you just delete it.
Yep. Yep. Fuck that. Yep.
It's nice that they take the effort, but as a game that early on in its lifespan, I don't think it was that big of a deal. I think people can re-get the gear that they wanted to get. So Who knows?
Except for the guy that has the God gun with the God roll. Yep. And then that
Yeah, like
guy's
can you
good.
imagine if they deleted our Vex in that first year?
Oh,
of
the Vex
Destiny?
Mythiclast? Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
like I'd be pissed. I mean, what
Yeah.
the fuck are what are you doing?
But we got like 20% of yours back. Yeah. Like,
Fucking rated like 50 times to get that thing. What do you mean?
yep, not acceptable. So, all right. Next story. Hit, are you taking any or no?
No, go ahead.
Because of your TV problem?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. PS Remote Play iOS app adds DualSense controller support. So this is another new twist to PlayStation Remote Play. So for those of you who don't know, you can either like let's say your PlayStation 5 is on one TV in your house, and you have your PlayStation 4 on a different TV, and maybe it's not ideal. And you want to be on the PlayStation 5, but maybe someone else is using that TV. So you can remote play from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5 and pull all that video back to that TV. You can also do it with remote play on your PC. So, like, there's a reason why I have this controller here right next to my PC, because I can remote play from the PlayStation 5 upstairs down to this PC. What this amounts to is show feet. Nice. Thanks, Lotus. So now there's an iOS app that you can use to remote play your PlayStation, and you can pair the old PlayStation 4 DualSense controller to it, and that's a pretty hardy, robust way to play remote. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this change, and the more things that you can remote play your PlayStation from, the better.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice because I think they also announced within the last couple of weeks that that the new controllers for the Xbox are also now compatible with the iOS platform, phones and stuff like that. So it's good that they're seeing that they're integrating this stuff, and especially bringing the DualSense in. That's key though. So
Yep.
I still want to get a PlayStation 5 just to get a controller so I can see what it's like.
Oh, it's the greatest.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's such a good controller.
If
I didn't have the Elite 2, I would probably switch to that.
Yeah, there's in many ways it's better than the Elite 2. Just that the haptic feedback, the motion control, just going through Astro's Playroom and going through kind of the controller tutorial, which is really what that game is, except it's an actual platformer. That controller can do a whole hell of a lot. So it's good stuff. All right, next story.
All right, this one's a little wacky. We're going to go ahead and take this one. Let's see. Xbox shoes reportedly in the works at Adidas.
Really?
Xbox themed sneakers made in collaboration with Adidas appear to be later this year coming out. According to a new report from some company called Complex, or a website called Complex, at least 4 Xbox shoes releases are scheduled for 2021.
Interesting.
Hits waiting for the drops.
I'm not a sneaker guy, but
very interesting.
Yeah. I'm not either, but I do like me some Xbox collectibles.
That's the way I'm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think these would be. These would be sitting up on a shelf, never to be worn type of collectibles. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, and knowing the way that sneakers drop nowadays, you know, I could see these things being a very limited drop, and their value only increasing. So,
it looks like the first pair of shoes will release in June, and then there'll be a promotional version of the Adidas new Forum Tech Boost style. If that means anything to you shoe guys out there. And then in October, 2 more Xbox themed pairs from Adidas's Forum Mid will drop. So you get your choice of either mid or boost.
Yeah, that
So.
I'm pretty much not sure what those are either.
Yeah.
And I am well aware of drops of short quantity stuff, but no.
Now, if they glow with that original Xbox green, now that might be nice. Little
Yeah.
LED running around it.
You never know.
Do they have a picture of it?
Yeah, there is a picture on the site on GameSpot.
Oh, those look nice.
Hits
those are
all
going
in.
nice with my Seattle Sounders Xbox jersey.
Oh, they would go nice with that.
Look at you theming it all together,
yeah,
getting the whole wardrobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would pair.
I wore that thing once to a bar downtown in Toronto.
Mhm.
And one of my friends comes up to me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Why are you wearing that here?" He's like, "Don't you know that Seattle is Toronto's number
like
one
mortal
rival?"
enemy?
Yeah, because we faced each other in the finals like 3 years in a row or something. And I was like, I'm not even wearing it for soccer. I'm wearing it because it's fucking Xbox on it, man. He's like, oh, okay. I don't even watch soccer, dude. Anyway, yeah, it's my funny Xbox
Nice,
story.
nice. You got a little spank from your buddy, but yeah.
I also have a very rare Xbox collectible. It's a jersey. It's an Xbox jersey. Back from the OG Xbox days. I think I still have it in the closet somewhere.
Yeah.
I won it off of a Microsoft rep. When I was in college, he was hanging out in our lounge, and he had like an Xbox set up there, and he was like challenging everybody.
Yeah.
And like he was mopping the floor with everybody in Halo 1 multiplayer.
Yep.
And then I remember I'm hanging out in the what's it called? The computer room in the library, and my friends come over. He's like, "You need to go play this guy." This guy's mopping the floor with everyone in Halo, and I went over there and like destroyed him. And then he's like, "Okay," he's like, "That was a fluke. That was a fluke." He's like, "There's no way you can beat me in this." He's like, "Okay, I have this like rare jersey." He pulls it out of his bag. He's like, "If you can beat me again, you get this." Like I mopped the floor with him again, and everyone's like cheering, and like they put me on their shoulders, and I got the jersey like a flag.
Nice.
Because like he was being a dick about it too, right? So like everyone was like finally happy that somebody had beat him. Anyway, that's my another funny Xbox clothes story.
Nice.
I wonder how much that jersey would go for.
Well, eBay will tell you.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Next story. Sony facing lawsuit over monopoly on digital PlayStation game sales, and we all knew this was going to come eventually. So basically, the gist of this lawsuit is, hey, I can go buy the games really cheap on disc, and you, the only purveyor of your games in digital form, no stores sell codes, no stores sell any sort of direct game either. Yeah, they're way higher priced than the physical copies, and it's not like Microsoft where like you can buy a code for a game from Amazon or from someone else. Sony, you can only buy PlayStation Store credit, which is not quite the same thing. So I'm glad to see this go through, and I think eventually we should see what we all expect to see from the beginning, which is the digital copies of games should be way cheaper than the physical copies. So
how much is way cheaper?
I'd say out of the gate, no sales or anything, $10. Why not? Like, do you have to have spent $10 on pressing and packaging?
No, $5. There's no way it costs $10 to package that shit.
Not even $5.
That DVD plastic thingy, it costs like 5 cents to make.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's also you got to press these, make these. You got this environmental footprint. You got
the security thing.
Now you have to ship. You got to ship these things across the world. You got to sit in warehouses. and you got to sit them in stores. I think $10 is reasonable. I'd say 5 is what
I
we're
say
going to see.
5. I say 5. Yeah.
But I think 10. I mean,
there should be no way we're seeing the same price for the two of these.
Especially since they're like wanting to charge us more for games now, right? Like,
Yep.
I feel like that's the story. Like, game prices are going up.
Yeah.
In a time where people are need money, you know?
Well,
yeah, I think we like a year ago we were talking about this, about the they're looking to raise the average game price up to $70 on release and stuff
Yep.
like that, and we were like, oh no. But now every game that's coming out looks like it's got that $70 tag on it almost.
Yeah.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
And
Even
nobody's
with the,
blinking an eye at it. So
even with the what's that thing called? Never mind. Forget it. I can't think of it.
but I think going back to the story, I think this whole monopoly with the digital marketplace, I think this is going to become a big thing. I mean, you're seeing it right now with the iOS versus Epic. I think this topic's coming up a lot with the monopolistic closed marketplaces of not only Sony, but also of Microsoft, with having the only one digital marketplace within the device. But they're trying to offset that by saying that they're offsetting the price of the making of the console, and that's why they can charge the prices that they are and have exclusivity on the marketplace. But I think this is gonna keep rolling. I think this whole idea of a monopoly on digital marketplaces is going to be a problem for a lot of these closed environments. PCs don't have it. The Android phones have multiple marketplaces, but I still think that they're even Android is they push the Google Play Store as the number one, and you have to work your ass off to get around the Google Play Store. So I think this whole idea is going to keep rolling until you see more of a free environment within all marketplaces on digital means. So,
yeah, I don't know. I just think we're kind of beyond this at this point, and we shouldn't be in this sort of single store setup, and it's a necessary evil, and eventually we'll thwart it. But I think the things that made people question it were, I think, if let's say, for example, 5 years ago, if games that were selling digitally were selling $5 to $10 less than physical copies, we would never have got to this point today. People would be like, oh yeah, like I buy digital from Sony and everything's fine and I pay less money. It's because they tried to charge as much money that people questioned it. So, greed sometimes fucks you.
yeah. What they should have done is the opposite. They should have charged more for digital, saying it's a convenience factor. If you don't have to go to the store, now we're going to charge you $5 more.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if anyone would have gone for that. So,
well, then they could have backed it off to the price that it is now, where they're both equal, and be like, okay, we knocked off the convenience.
We won't. We'll dump the convenience. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right. Next story.
Let's do this one for hit. Call of Duty League will resume in-person events on June 17th. Fans will still have to stay home, though. So it looks like they're going to bring back the esports of Call of Duty more than a year after the virtual events stopped. So looks like the first face-to-face competition is going to be between June 17th and June 20th, when the Major 4 tournament starts in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care much about the esports community, competitive leagues that are out there, but it's nice that they're going to be starting those back up.
Wow, you monster!
Well, no, I'm not a follower of it.
Wow.
I don't go out of my way to watch the major league gamers play against each other.
Man, monster!
Yeah, I put this right up there with soccer. Yeah. No.
It looks like they will be broadcasting them on YouTube, so at least they got that. But other than that,
was anyone clamoring for this to come back?
I mean, esports in general, I guess. Yes.
See, but that's the thing. We all thought that they were awesome, but then nobody really missed them.
No, I mean, just because we don't miss them doesn't mean people don't miss them.
Oh. I assume that,
or like that they're popular.
Like us. Yes, yeah. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Touche.
there's a lot of high school esport teams that are out there that I'm sure they're glad that things like this are coming back, because that gives them the avenue to keep their high school team going and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see it come back. It's just I don't go out of my way to watch them, so it's not in my wheelhouse. So
Yeah, I'll say the only thing I ever end up watching, ironically, was fucking on ESPN, the fucking Overwatch stuff. Like every once in a while, I'd be flipping through and you catch it on there, and you're like, oh, I remember this, man. And then you all of a sudden 2 hours later, you're like, all right, why am I fucking watching this? But yeah, it sucks you in. So, well, good on them for their semi-live comeback. At least it's gone the way of everything else, which is performers first in person and everyone remote, and then eventually everyone will be there. So,
I don't think this is one of the stories in your thing, but talking about things coming back, G4 is coming back on Twitch.
G4 is
they're looking like they're pulling back Attack of the Show and some of the other fan favorite shows and stuff like that.
I ain't watching unless they bring back Allie Baker. Hashtag I stand with Allie.
Wow.
But it's just,
I love Allie too. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh yes, happy birthday, Allie. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is more the classic G4 that they're talking about, which is your Cess and your.
They can go to hell. Okay, they can go to hell.
Adam Sessler's awesome. Come on.
I know, I'm just teasing.
We do have that awesome YouTube video of him saying, until it's play, and then I'm not just play, until it's play. Yeah.
What?
Oh,
what just happened there to Sheldon?
That's literally a wasted Cess talking about Tool to Play on YouTube.
Nice.
It's the greatest video you'll ever see.
We'll have to dig that one up.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of good videos.
All right,
G4 was it was such a factor of my life when it was on. It would be something I would have on all the time, and I'm glad, I'm stoked that it's coming back. Yes, I said stoked. But anyways, next story.
All right, I'm giving you this one, Sel, while I look something up.
Spoiler alert: he's not gonna watch it at all.
I am.
Yeah, right.
Did you see their Christmas? They put out a Christmas special last year. It was fucking hilarious. All right, moving on. All right, Ubisoft making a mobile push on its own with the Division Mobile. I did not know that they were coming out with a mobile version of the Division, but hey, good for them. Mobile is the place to be. Companies like EA and Activision Blizzard have themselves doubled down on the platform in the recent years, and Ubisoft is now looking to do the same with today's announcement of the Division is headed to mobile devices. The studio announced the plan for mobile game in a larger update on the Division franchise today. Of course, Ubisoft had released games on mobile before, but it looks like this seems to be following in the footsteps of the shooter franchise of Call of Duty and Battlefield that have turned towards mobile to capture the attention of a wider audience beyond just the console and PC. Mobile's getting bigger and bigger every day, and titles like this is only going to just build it out as a platform that, it is able to stand on its own. But
why are we talking about this again? Mobile is not gaming. It's a totally separate category. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. I just, as things are evolving with now the more and more controller support and the screen resolution's good, it's
still a fucking small screen in your hand.
I know, but how many how many high school kids today actually have a TV? They have all their phone. They're watching their phone all the time. So why not?
How many people hook up their controller to their phones? You'd be surprised what the number is. It's basically nothing. It's no. The Division coming to mobile is a travesty, in my opinion. There are so many fucking controls and everything you need to do. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna do it with touchscreen. You know what I mean? What a disaster.
No. Hits on fire, ladies and gentlemen.
But no, I hate, no offense, Sultan, but I hate it when you bring up this, mobile's a growing thing. We know, but it's not proper gaming. Like
But
it's something
active-
completely different. And we're not a mobile gaming podcast. We're a hardcore gamer podcast. You know what I mean?
Right here in the article, Activision Blizzard credited its Call of Duty Mobile as the driving force behind its record quarter for Activision and over $1 billion in player spending for the week.
Hey,
It's-
I'm not dismaying any of those stats. Those stats are real. Numbers don't lie. But it's not a real gaming platform. It's not. It's just not. It's not. It's not a console. It's not considered console. It's not considered PC. It's its own thing. It's its own separate thing. It's brand new.
All right.
Not the same thing.
I think we found.
I'm surprised that Derek's not backing me up on this because you have in the past. You're actually the one that always mentions it. Where are you on this?
Only because I felt really bad for Selden that you were jumping on.
Because he always brings that up. I'm like, yeah, dude, we get it.
Mobile is not gaming.
Mobile is we get it. Mobile's doing good. It's not gaming.
But they're pushing out bigger and bigger titles with more depth and more content.
I get it. And they are. I get it.
Some of the games that they're putting out are way more better than they were in the Xbox 360.
I don't know about that part.
I don't know about that, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you release Halo 2 on mobile and it becomes the greatest thing ever, better than it was on console. That shit was a fucking phenom, and you can't fucking play first-person shooters competitively on a fucking phone.
All right, and that wraps up our news. So if any of you have news stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors, if we had them, we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. So give us a call, 773-527-2961. Tell us what you're selling, which you pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. You can find everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. Everything Tool to Play is at twitter.com/Tool to Play. Facebook.com/Tool to Play. We have YouTube.com/Tool to Play. That's where you can go find all of our archive video content, whether it's episodes of this show, Tiff's Immature Interviews, Hits Quick Hits, Selden's Special Show. Doesn't matter. They're all on youtube.com/Tool to Play. So go there and subscribe and get access to our full DVR of VOD content. Please rate and review the show in iTunes. Give us 5 stars. If you have another second or two, write something nice. Hey, they're gods. Hey, love the show. Hey, it's pretty sick. Whatever. Just take 5 seconds. Do it up.
Hey, Hit, I agree. Mobile gaming is not real gaming.
We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That's where we broadcast this show live each and every week, so go there and follow us on Twitch. We also have a Discord channel. Discord.com is not where you go. You go to toolplay.com/SGG and that'll link you into our Discord channel. You can chat with us all day long, especially Selden. Feel like he's got nothing better to do. Feel like he's home from work at like 2 in the afternoon. So he will chat with you all day. I'm a little busy during the day, but maybe I'll chat with you at night. Hit's like he's looking for love in all the wrong places. So yeah, hit a message, hit him up there, find him. Sometimes Tiff's in there. Very rarely. Sometimes Yontog's in there, even less. But yeah, go to toolplay.com/SGG Discord and join us. So Hit, before we wrap up, what do you want to pimp this week?
Nothing really. Yeah, if you want to follow me, socials, i6hitman on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch, i6_hitman for fun gaming live streams. And what else? YouTube, i6hitman. I'm also on there.
All right.
That's it.
Selden?
You can find me all over the socials at Selden007 anywhere and everywhere. Other than that, I really don't have anything else going on this week. I'm going to be blasting through some more of Outriders and playing some Death Stranding.
All right. Fair enough.
And no mobile games because they're not real.
Fair enough.
No, you can play them.
You just can't say they're real.
And you can talk about them.
But just not on the show.
Just not when it's involving gaming, specifically on the show.
Can I just say that I didn't put that story in the outline? That would be our.
No, I know. I'm just teasing. I thought it would have been a funny thing to talk about, and Derek would have backed me up, but he didn't, so it kind of ruined the joke.
And it just felt like you were picking on me.
I know, that's why it was the best. I just let it happen. All right, well, I'm on twitter.com/Derek Nolan, facebook.com/Derek Nolan, instagram.com/Derek Nolan, youtube.com/RealDSmooth, twitch.tv/Derek Nolan.
What are you on Chatterbait?
Why don't you just make a link tree and then just post that? Because like this whole like 50 fucking social things that you advertise is like people are gonna have like a hamstring when they write this stuff down. Like, oh, hold on,
someone writing this? You imagine that someone's like,
well,
oh, see, I got the scoop. Let me write the notes. Yeah, I got the notes. Yeah, the scoop. Yeah, I'm getting the scoop. like a Jimmy Olsen type.
Yeah, sure, or whatever.
But yeah,
put it digitally. Even that'll hurt your thumbs. Like, oh, I gotta catch up. This guy's fucking Linktree, man. Linktree.
Did you try to get like the same name on everything, or you just randomly picked? I want to be this time.
No, I tried to get Derek Nolan, but there's this asshole British Prime Minister kind of fucker that also is named Derek Nolan, and he stole it. But
yeah, he stole. Who was born first?
I was born first.
He was a prime minister.
Well, no, he's like he's not the prime minister. He's like one of the junior prime minister dudes.
Oh, so you lied to us.
He's like a sub prime minister. Google fake Derek Nolan.
Is he the prime minister of the internet?
Yes, yeah. All right.
Why do I feel like if I Google fake Derek Nolan, a picture of you is gonna show up?
Oh shit, no. All right. Well, I guess I want to remind you all, you can join us each and every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And that, why don't we wrap this awesome return episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Roger, aka Hitman.
And I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I'm Roger, the Hitman.
Yeah.
He did better than last show. Come on, give him that.